Starting off the video at number 30, I projected starting third baseman for the Milwaukee Brewers, Rafael Monasterio. Monasterio was basically a bench player for the Brewers last year, as he does not play much, and he had Joey Ortiz starting at third base ahead of him. In 125 plate appearances, Monasterio hit for 1 home run, 16 RBIs, and 26 hits, for about an average of 208, an OPS of 575, and a negative 0.2 WAR. Could see the Brewers make a move for a third baseman, as they do not really have anyone at that position right now. Next up, at number 29, I have Anthony Rendon of the Los Angeles Angels. This guy is just terrible now. Guy hasn't played 100 games in the last 3 to 4 years and has probably the worst MLB contract in all of baseball. It looks like he hates baseball. In 2024, Rendon hit for 0 home runs, 14 RBIs, and 45 hits in 206 plate appearances for about an average of 218, an OPS for 574, and a 0.6 WAR. He has got to step up. I don't know what happened to his old self, but I have him at number 29. At number 28, I have Noelvi Marte of the Cincinnati Reds. I know that they may have McLean play here, as they did get Lux from the Dodgers, but Marte is slotted as their third baseman right now. Marte did have that 80-game suspension this season for PADs, and when he came back, he was not that great. In 229 plate appearances, Marte hit for 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 48 hits for about an average of 210, OPS for 549, and a negative 1.8 WAR. Starting off your career with a suspension is not the best look for Marte, but we will have to see how he does. Next up, I projected starting third baseman of the Chicago White Sox, Miguel Vargas. Now, the White Sox did sign Josh Rojas to a deal, but that was prior to me making this list. In 206 plate appearances with both the Dodgers and the White Sox, Vargas hit for 5 home runs, 16 RBIs, and 21 hits, for about an average of 150, an OPS for 506, and a negative 0.8 WAR. He did battle some injuries, though. I have Miguel Vargas at number 27. Going out to Miami to talk about projected starting third baseman for the Miami Marlins, Casey Norby. Norby played for the Orioles and the Marlins last year and ended up playing more in Miami, where he did okay. In 178 plate appearances, Norby hit for 9 home runs, 20 RBIs, and 42 hits, for about an average of 236, an OPS for 732, and a 0.2 WAR. We'll have to see how this season plays out for Norby. I have him at number 26. Getting the top 25 started, at number 25, I projected starting third baseman for the Washington Nationals, Jose Tena. Tena had a pretty solid rookie season last year and showed that in many ways. In 161 plate appearances, Tena hit for 3 home runs, 15 RBIs, and 43 hits, for about an average of 267, an OPS of 652, and a 0.2 WAR. He has a solid glove as well. I have him at number 25. At number 24, I have MLB veteran, infielder, and now starting third baseman of the Athletics, Gio Urshela. Urshela played in Detroit and Atlanta last season, and he did average. In 432 plate appearances, Urshela hit for 9 home runs, 52 RBIs, and 108 hits for about an average of 250, an OPS for 647, and a 0.7 WAR. Urshela, coming into his 33-year-old season, finds a spot on this Athletics team that needs some work. Hope he does well for them. Coming in at number 23, I have Kansas City Royals third baseman, Maikel Garcia. Garcia is a fantastic defender and has decent hitting as well as okay speed. In 575 plate appearances, Garcia hit for 7 home runs, 58 RBIs, and 133 hits for about an average of 231, an OPS for 614, and a 1.2 WAR, while stealing 37 bases. He is just coming into his third MLB season and has done well for the Royals. I have Maikel Garcia at number 23. At number 22, I projected starting third baseman of the Seattle Mariners, Dylan Moore. Moore is a utility player that can play all around the field. In 368 plate appearances, Moore hit for 10 home runs, 42 RBIs, and 74 hits, for about an average of 201, an OPS for 687, and a 2.2 WAR, while stealing 32 bases. He is a solid player that can play all around the field, and he ends up at third base now. I have Dylan Moore at number 22. Just outside the top 20, at number 21, I have Matt Vierling of the Detroit Tigers. Vierling had a really solid 2024 season for the Tigers, and was a huge for them near the end of the season. In 518 plate appearances, Yearling hit for 16 home runs, 57 RBIs, and 133 hits for a batting average of .257 and an OPS for .735 and a 2.9 WAR. Yearling, coming off a really solid 2024 season, can be in the top 15 conversation if he keeps it up. Getting the top 20 started at number 20, I have Ernie Clement of the Toronto Blue Jays. After playing for Cleveland the last couple of years, Clement landed in Toronto, where he would end up getting to start at third base and had the best year of his career so far. In 434 plate appearances, Clement hit for 12 home runs, 51 RBIs, and 114 hits for a batting average of .263, an OPS for .692, and a 3.4 WAR. Clement has an okay glove as well. Looking forward to see how this season goes for him. Going out to Pittsburgh to talk about starting third baseman of the Pirates, Ke'Bryan Hayes. The bat has just not been there in the last couple of years for Hayes, as in 365 plate appearances, Ke'Bryan Hayes hit for 4 home runs, 25 RBIs, and 85 hits for a batting average of .233, an OPS for .573, and a 0.8 WAR. The only reason I have him this high is just because of his glove, which is elite. He is a Gold Glover over there. Just got to see the bat get hot for Hayes. Big drop for this guy, but at number 18, I have Nolan Arenado of the St. Louis Cardinals. Arenado is just getting up there in age, and that is affecting his bat and play. Although he had a really rough 2024 season, Arenado in 578 plate appearances hit for 16 home runs, 71 RBIs, and 157 hits for a batting average of .272, an OPS for .719, and a 2.5 WAR. Arenado is still really solid over there at third base and decent with his bat, as he has won 10 Gold Gloves award as well, which is insane. But I have Arenado at number 8. Coming in at number 17, I have Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays. Caminero, coming in as one of the top prospects last season, finally played towards the end of the year, and he did pretty solid. In 165 plate appearances, Caminero hit for 6 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 41 hits for a batting average of .248, an OPS for .724, and a 0.4 WAR. We have not seen too much of Caminero, as he was a rookie last year, so this will be his first year in the opening day roster for him. He is only 21 years old. I expect big things out of him in the future for him, though. Just outside the top 15 at number 16, I have Texas Rangers starting third baseman Josh Young. They did get Jake Burger, but I see Burger more of a DH for them, and they will have Young at third base. Young missed majority of the year with a fractured right wrist, so that may have prevented him from doing better than he did. But in 178 plate appearances, Young hit for 7 home runs, 16 RBIs, and 47 hits for a batting average of .264, an OPS for .719, and a 0.6 WAR. He is still pretty young, and he is only 26 years old. I have him at 16. Getting the top 15 started at number 15, I have newly acquired Houston Astros third baseman Isaac Paredes. Bregman is still a free agent, so we will have to see where he goes. But right now, Paredes is their guy over at third base. Paredes played pretty solid for the Rays last year, but then he got traded at the deadline to the Cubs, where he did really poor. In 542 plate appearances, Paredes hit for 18 homers, 80 RBIs, and 129 hits for a batting average of .238, an OPS for .739, and a 2.7 WAR. I think going to Houston will be good for Paredes, though, as it is a hitter-friendly ballpark out to left field. Up next, at number 14, I have Alec Bohm of the Philadelphia Phillies. Bohm had a pretty solid 2024 season at the plate, and his defense improved a little bit as well. In 554 plate appearances, Bohm hit for 15 home runs, 97 RBIs, and 155 hits for a batting average of .280, and an OPS for .779, and a 3.0 WAR. Bohm, after not wanting to play for Philadelphia, seems to have found his home for now. I have him at number 14. Going out to Colorado to talk about Rockies third baseman Ryan McMahon. McMahon has been really solid these last couple of years, and I really think he is underrated. I hope he goes to a new team, as he is just stuck with the Rockies right now. But in 567 plate appearances, McMahon hit for 20 homers, 65 RBIs, 137 hits for a batting average of .242, an OPS for .722, and a 2.5 WAR. McMahon was an all-star last year. Could definitely see him going back to it this year. Staying in the NL West, at number 12, I have Eugenio Suarez of the Arizona Diamondbacks. In his first year in Arizona, Suarez had a really solid 2024 season and seemed to like hitting in Arizona. In 571 plate appearances, Suarez hit for 30 home runs, 101 RBIs, and 146 hits for a batting average of 256, an OPS for 788, and a 3.1 WAR. He is okay at defense, but the bat is mainly what he is known for. I have Eugenio Suarez at number 12. Another NL West third baseman. Coming in at number 11, I have Max Muncy of the LA Dodgers. Muncy is just a great overall baseball player and has a great bat. In 237 plate appearances, Muncy hit for 15 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 55 hits for a batting average of 232, an OPS for 852, and a 3.0 WAR. He did battle a right oblique strain for most of the 2024 season, but still very good and did great in the postseason for the Dodgers. Definitely the reason why they won the World Series last season. Good in the top 10 starter. At number 10, I have Jordan Westburg of the Baltimore Orioles. Westburg is a great player that is very diverse and plays all around the infield. In 416 plate appearances, Westburg hit for 18 home runs, 63 RBIs, and 110 hits for a batting average of 264, an OPS for 792, and a 2.4 WAR. He is still young too, as he debuted in 2023 and is only 25 years old. Going out to Queens to talk about starting third baseman of the New York Mets, Mark Vientos. Vientos had an amazing 2024 season and postseason and did great at the plate while playing both the infield and the outfield. In 413 plate appearances, Vientos hit for 27 home runs, 71 RBIs, and 110 hits for a batting average of 266, an OPS for 837, and a 3.1 WAR. He is such a great young player with great power over there. Mets are lucky to have this guy. Coming in at number 8, I have my boy Royce Lewis of the Minnesota Twins. I know his 2024 season was not the best, but he still did very good, and he battled many injuries. I mean, this guy has torn his ACL twice, and has proven when he is healthy, he can be one of the best third basemen in all of baseball. In 292 plate appearances, Lewis hit for 16 homers, 47 RBIs, and 68 hits for a batting average of 233, an OPS for 747, and a 0.7 WAR. Lewis is still very athletic, and I believe in him. You can call me biased, but I have him at number 8. Going out to the Bronx to talk about starting third baseman of the New York Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz is just a very athletic player and is just a very likable player in my opinion. He started off the year in Miami where he played center field and then got traded to New York where he ended up going to be in the World Series. In 562 plate appearances, Chisholm hit for 24 homers, 73 RBIs, and 144 hits for a batting average of 256, an OPS for 760, and a 2.7 WAR, without stealing 40 bases. His defense is solid, and so is his bat, and his speed obviously is fantastic. I have Jazz at number 7. Just outside the top 5 at number 6, I have current free agent Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman will just continue to be great wherever he goes and has proven that in his last couple of seasons in Houston. In 581 plate appearances, Bregman hit for 26 home runs, 75 RBIs, and 151 hits for a batting average of 260, an OPS for 768, and a 4.1 WAR. Even though I do not really like him as he was on the Astros, he is still a very good third baseman. It will be interesting to see where he ends up this year. In the top 5 start at number 5, I have Matt Chapman of the San Francisco Giants. Chapman had a sneaky, really good season in his first year in the Giants uniform, as in 575 plate appearances, Chapman hit for 27 home runs, 78 RBIs, and 142 hits for a batting average of 247, an OPS for 790, and a 7.1 WAR, while stealing 15 bases. He does have a very good glove over there at third base as well. I have Matt Chapman as the 5th best third baseman in the league. Up next, at number 4, I have Austin Riley of the Atlanta Braves. Riley is coming off a down year in 2024, battling some injuries, but still finished off the year pretty strong. In 429 plate appearances, Riley hit for 19 home runs, 56 RBIs, and 109 hits for a batting average of 256, an OPS for 783, and a 2.9 WAR. I still think that he is an elite third baseman and do believe that he will come back this year and show why he is one of the best players in all of baseball. For the third best third baseman in baseball, I'm going with Manny Machado of the San Diego Padres. Machado has just been one of the best players in the league for the last 5 years and will continue to be great. In 593 plate appearances, Machado hit for 29 home runs, 105 RBIs, and 163 hits for a batting average of .275, an OPS for .797, and a 3.1 WAR. Machado is a six-time All-Star and has won the Gold Glove Award and Silver Slugger Award twice. Still hasn't won a World Series yet, though. I just expect him to continue to be elite. I have Machado at number 3. Coming in at number 2, I have Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox. I have been high on Devers since day one, and this year he just proved why he is one of the best players in the game. In 525 plate appearances, Devers hit for 28 home runs, 83 RBIs, and 143 hits for a batting average of .272, an OPS for .871, and a 3.7 WAR. He also did miss some part of last year, as the end of the year he got hurt. But I mean, he is still young, and he is just going to continue to be a bright spot for that Red Sox team, and will continue to show off his powers for years to come. Because at number 1, I have Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians. I mean, this is a no-doubter. I mean, he is just the lead at everything he does on the field, and is a top 10 player in baseball right now. In 620 plate appearances, J-Ram hit for 39 home runs, 118 RBIs, and 173 hits for a batting average of .279, an OPS for .872, and a 6.8 WAR. He also stole 41 bases, which was the second most in the American League. This guy has been punishing the Twins for so many years, and is just going to continue to do it. Jose Ramirez is the best third baseman in the MLB, and I think it is pretty obvious.